Hello, welcome to the Liberated Multitasker. Today, I thought we'd make homemade stir fry. So why don't you come join me? We're going to start off by putting some olive oil in our skillet and also a small cast iron. I have about 2 cups of chicken or half of cooked chicken that I'm going to put in the skillet to warm up. This is chicken that my husband had cooked on the grill and I had stripped it up. I'm going to be adding a lot of vegetables to my skillet, so I need them to cook down before I add my chicken. So I have some broccoli florets I'm going to add to my skillet. Let me go ahead and get that cut on. I cook it on low because my gas oven is pretty hot. I've got 1 zucchini quartered and chopped, 1 squash. Now I'm going to add about 3 cloves of roasted garlic and 1 cup of diced onion. And now I'm going to add some red sweet peppers. I can't remember if these are Marconi peppers or some red bell peppers. I'm pretty sure they're the red Marconis. I'm going to add a few carrots. These are carrot sticks that I got from Walmart, so I'm just going to add some of those. My pan is just about full, so I'm having to be careful about how much I add. I've decided to add some of these sugar snap peas. Not a lot, just a few. Because my skillet is just about to overflowing. I think that ought to just about have it. Now for our seasonings, I'm going to add some Cavenders. Some Creole seasoning, Joe Daddy's. And I'm going to continue to add seasonings throughout. I'm going to add a touch more olive oil. And stir it up just a bit. I can't stir it up too much without things falling out. Just move this chicken around while we're at it. And now it's time to add, I'm just going to add just a touch of water, not a lot. And now I'll put my lid on. We're going to let this cook and simmer. Now I do have a suggestion. My suggestion would be to cook the broccoli and carrots first. Give them a little time before you add the squash, zucchini, and the sugar snaps. Now I'm just adding a little bit of salt and pepper. It does not take the squash and zucchini and the snap peas to cook as long as it does the broccoli and carrots. So I come back off and on just to stir it a little bit. Still trying to break up the frozen diced onions. And just get that all good and stirred up. Now this is a great low carb meal, but it's not my husband's favorite. So in the past I've made stir fry from the stir fry frozen vegetables you can buy at Walmart. And my husband just doesn't like it. So a friend of mine had told me how she makes homemade stir fry. So that's what I decided to try on this day. Just broccoli, carrot sticks, squash and zucchini, and you're good to go. So today, I decided to also try some sugar snaps. And he did like this stir fry much better than the bag kind. So now I'm going to add just some soy sauce. I'm just adding it to sight. I can't tell you how much I'm adding. Probably a couple of tablespoons. and I'm going to give it another stir. This really does come together really quickly if you already have cooked chicken. I would say about 20 minutes. Now, where I made the mistake is I had the vegetables perfectly done before I have my husband come in and give it a taste test. And he found a couple of seasonings that needed to be added that I had left out and forgot about. Now I finally have room to add my chicken, so I'm going to go ahead and add that to my skillet. Going to stir that all in and let it get all good and combined. I'm telling you, I love the colors of the homemade stir fry. You have your green zucchini and broccoli. You've got the orange carrot sticks, the yellow squash. It's just a really pretty and fresh tasting stir fry when you make it from homemade. I've decided it needs some more seasoning, so I'm going to add a good bit more Joe Daddy's and a touch more of the Cavenders. Just get that all sprinkled on. Stir it again and put the lid back on it and let it continue to cook. At this point, I decide to give it a taste test. And I find that it needs yet more seasonings. So I'm going to add some lemon pepper and some garlic salt. Once those are added, I'm going to give it another good stir and let it continue to cook for just a minute longer. Then it's time to bring my husband in for a taste test. After tasting it, he decides it needs just a bit more soy sauce. And there are two other things I completely forgot to add. And that is ginger. I don't have any fresh ginger, but we did find some freeze-dried ginger I had bought from Walmart. And he's adding about a teaspoon. He ends up going back and adding just a touch more. And then we realized what else it needs. Some toasted sesame seed oil. He gives it another taste test and decides that it's about ready to eat. So when we added the toasted sesame seed oil, you only need just a tiny bit. And at this point, because we took so long to get the seasonings right, some of the vegetables are a little more done than we prefer. However, it still is a really good dish. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope to see you again really soon.